It's the Jay Stone. It's the Jay Stone Radio Show. Jay Stone Radio Show.
Just to watch you burn, you'll never go out. Yeah, who's on fire now? I'm gonna burn your house to the ground. Burn, you'll never go out. Yeah, who's on fire now? I'm gonna burn your house to the ground. Yeah, I'm gonna see it. I see you all in flames. I'm gonna burn your house to the ground. Yeah. I'm gonna see it. I see you all in flames. I'm gonna burn your house to the ground. Yeah. Burn. Burn. Burn.
All right, I'm Jay Stone. Welcome to a very special episode of my show, the Rewind Special, because I'm going to be out tonight representing my show at the Shinedown Nothing More concert in St. Pete, Florida. So what you heard right there was Burn by Dangerous New Machine. And what I'm going to play for you is an interview I did with Eric Rogers. It was one that made me a little nervous at first because he was in stereo mode. I was a little intimidated by, doing certain interviews in the beginning, but turned out to be a great interview, a great guy, and become friends with him. Basically, I haven't seen him since the last time he's played in Florida with Dangerous New Machine, but hopefully he's got something new going on, and we'll catch up soon. But it was the highest rated show that I ever had. Just between their website and the MySpace and my site and my MySpace page, we had over 750,000 listeners, which is probably more now because I did play it several more times after that happened. And I did release it to other avenues for them to play it as well. So, and it's still floating around on the MySpace page out there too. So it's just a great feeling to know that, you know, one interview changed the whole life of the show for so long. And it hasn't, you know, it definitely peaked, but, you know, I took a year off to get some shit in order, and the fan base kind of fell way below that. So hopefully we're going to bring it back, but this is more of a case where I just want to reminisce and listen to some good music. So I'm not going to come back to the show after this talking segment. It's going to be the interview, and the rest is pretty much going to be music and show promos. So if you're looking for a live show, tune in next week. I'm going to have Andy Gerald, who's a former member of Marilyn Manson. He played bass for about a year and a half, 2 years for him. We're going to get to some questions about what he's up to and being in Ashes Divide and being in 16 Volt and his new band There Is No Us. So we're going to be playing that all next week. He's going to send me a couple of tracks that will be exclusive to the show for that show. And just stay tuned to the Facebook page for updates. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to play some Stones of Madness, Nine Inch Nails, Rob Zombie, an array of stuff. So some Neurotica, some of my favorite bands, some Stone Breed and Misery Kills. We're just going to reflect over the course of several shows that I've done previously, plus this interview. So I hope you enjoy the show. There's not much more I can say. I didn't do any news, so I was looking forward to running this interview for quite some time so that people who are new to my show could hear it, and my new fan base over at StoneChromeRadio.com, which is one of my affiliates. So my show airs there every Friday night, which is the previous week at midnight. And then the new show, which you're listening to now, will replay Saturday at noon, all Eastern time. So if you miss any segment of the show, you can always catch it again on Spreaker. It's on YouTube. It's all over the place. Stone Chrome Radio, though, is the best place where I encourage you to get the replays, although I know some people don't like change, so just keep listening to the way you're listening. Here's Skeletons by Dangerous New Machine, and stay tuned for the interview and some fucking kick-ass music. I'm Jay Stone, and you're listening to my show exclusively at rockmetaltalk.com and Stone Chrome Radio, motherfuckers.
What you think? Everyone you know is doing it. So what? Who cares what you think? Everyone you know is doing it. The skeletons you try to hide get you in the end. The truth shines through in all your lies, but you still pretend. Can't fake it, deny it. You try to fight it. The skeletons you try to hide get you in the end. Just one last flashback, face plan, something that you could have learned and didn't. You know it's gonna make the story great, and one we all can hate. So what? Who cares what you think? Everyone you know is doing it. So what? Who cares what you think? Everyone you know is doing it. The skeletons you to hide, get you in the end. The truth shines through with all your lies, but you still pretend. Can't fake it, deny it, you try to fight it. The skeletons you try to hide, get you in the end. The skeletons you try to hide, get you in the end. The truth shines through with all your lies, but you still pretend. Can't fake it, deny it, you try to fight it. The skeletons you try to hide, get you in the end. Get you in the end.
JStone.com. I'm outside Bourbon Street Nightclub in Newport Richey with Eric Rogers, the former lead singer of Stereo Mud, now in Dangerous New Machine. Just like to welcome him to the show.
Hey, good to be here.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Got a couple of questions before you guys go to sound check. So the name change, was this planned or was it issues with the band?
I wouldn't say that it was planned, but it was anticipated. We knew that as we had started to put it out that I was coming back out. I was going to do some Stereo Mud shows and had a new band put together. The guys, some of the former members had a problem with it, and as opposed to going through any kind of legal battle or anything ugly, it was easier to change the name and just kind of start it fresh. It was still going to be the same guys and still going to be the same music that we had been working on, but just a different name.
Cool. And I guess Joey Z wasn't part of the problems with the name change?
No, I wouldn't even say who was necessarily a part of the problem. It was just more of a, some people have more of a personal attachment to it. Some of the guys, well, I wish everybody that was in the Stereo Mud, the original members, I wish them well. For any of their, ventures in music, from Corey and Dark New Day and Dan and Joey at Life of Agony and John, and I wish them all the best of luck. And it's hell, I'd love to see all our bands on tour together, on the same tour again, but it's it was just one of those things where I think at the end of the day the band sat down and the name change, it really transpired over the course of about an hour. We decided we were going to drop the name Stereo Mud and come up with a new name. The Dangerous New Machine came up as a name. Our manager is the one who actually threw the name at me. And I was like, my response was, man, I really don't not like that. I think that's kind of cool. And I started calling Rodney, and I called Billy, and I called Jake, and everybody kind of had the same response. Like, man, that's cool. And from there, it just blossomed, and it grew fast.
So when you decided to do the name change, how long was it before you announced it? Because I noticed a lot of the artwork and the songs and your fan base on MySpace was already kind of developed, right, as the announcement took place.
Well, the fan base on MySpace had kind of started with the resurgence of the name Stereo Mud, and that we were going to go back out and play some shows, and that's kind of where that started, and just an initial excitement about new material, along the lines of the Stereo Mud, me doing a heavy rock, project again, and then the name change, like I said, it transpired over a very short period of time. The artwork and stuff like that was stuff that was in negotiation. We were talking about doing and just ideas for marketing and whatnot had already been kind of blooming between our manager and I and the guys in the band. And, so we kept it, we kind of kept on the same path. We just decided we needed to pick up the pace a little bit. So literally within 24 hours of deciding to change the name, we had wiped everything off Stereo Mud on the page, as far as our page, had already been preparing to launch new music, launched the new name, started launching artwork, and started formulating, marketing ideas.
Are the two MySpace pages separated now? One for still Stereo Mud and one for Dangerous New Machine?
Yeah, the original Stereo